The importance of register in music is often ignored by analysts, and many beginners fail to fulfill the expectations created by opening up new space in their compositions. While it is true that different registers can be used to create variety, which is something often lacking in piano compositions written by non-pianists, they must not be used haphazardly. In short, if a register is opened up, at some point it should be closed. This does not mean that a work must end by phasing out all registers except for the original, but rather that the salient differences presented over the course of a composition must somehow be reconciled. The C major Prelude from the first book of the Well-Tempered Clavier offers a very clear and simple example. First, make note of the register in which the piece begins. Now, looking toward the end of the composition, we see that Bach has descended 2 octaves in the bass and 1 octave in the right hand, clearly a new register. But look at the final measure, where Bach composes the right hand up an octave, thus regaining the original space and providing a link between the opening and the gradual transformation in register that characterizes the piece. Interestingly enough, this final measure was revised by Bach, who had originally maintained the low register at the end of the prelude. Another way to look at the Bach example is to consider the final gesture as a summary of the registers used throughout. Because the overall range is fairly limited in the prelude, this concept isn't as salient as, say, in the third movement of Brahms' Second Piano Concerto, where the final arpeggiation in the piano summarizes the space explored over the entire movement. Please note that none of the principles introduced here are absolute. For example, part of the reason why the final chord in the Brahms sounds so right is due to its motivic connection with the piano's opening material. Try listening to the entire movement and see if you can hear the link. The moral of the story is, be aware of the registers you are using and follow through with the expectations they create. On the other hand, don't let an attempt to connect registers thwart the variety and character of your composition. Register certainly doesn't account for all problems of coherence, and solutions other than those presented here are possible. The best advice I can give is as follows. When composing, concern yourself with the most salient changes.